The Planet Hank Live Recap Show. The very best podcast in the entire Northeast, the entire state of Vermont. You all know you love it. We are live as hell tonight. In this show, we go ahead and play the best news videos. We discuss the town of Brattleboro. I play the best news videos from the week and allow you guys to ask questions, engage with Hank, ask all the juicy details from behind the scenes, get an inside look at what we're dealing with out here in the town of Brattleboro, down in the pit. The
Brattleboro News Recap Show on Planet Hank.
If you're just popping in here, make sure that you say what's up to Hank. And remember, we got to share this bad boy up. You got to share up the Planet Hank Live Show, the Recap Show. Susan Hubble says first. Oh, boy, first. So what I'm doing now is I'm going into groups. I'm tagging up the Brattleboro News Recap Show. Hashtag Brattleboro News. And I'm going to do it like I do it every single week. Windham County, Vermont, Keene Connections, Dummerston, VC, Concerned Citizens, Bennington, Blonner, Hinsdale Area News, Planet Hank Locker Room, Brattleboro ranting, panhandling degenerates. I grew up in Vermont, Newfane, Vermont, Everything Greenfield, Mass, American White Wolf Scanners, St. Albans VT Neighborhood Watch, Brattleboro Chat, Cash for Brat. Filming Cops. Brattleboro VT, Scanner Gossip, Vermont News, 911 Southern Vermont Emergencies. And that's where we're at. Oh, and I'm going to make sure that I do it right now because I tease everybody. Share it into your stories. We need people to see in the Brattleboro News up on your stories. Man, I love doing this show every week. So this Tuesday, I got to do a big shout out. I got a little video here. Big shout out to Norma Hardy, Chief of Police, asking everybody to go to Select Board.
Norma Hardy reminding everyone to come to Select Board next Tuesday, September 17th, and support the Brattleboro Police Department. This is Chief Norma Hardy reminding everyone to come to Select Board next Tuesday, September 17th, and support the Brattleboro Police Department.
Yeah, we gotta go. Okay, this is a very important meeting. Each meeting has been packed, okay? More people showing up than ever before, and more people on their Zoom. Like, they have a Zoom link, and it's actually full. It's full of people. Last week we had, or like whatever, 2 weeks ago, we had mad people showing up. And that's where that girl was, the pee-pee, the poo-poo, all the comments like that. And it's important that we show up because during this meeting, we need to stay hitting hard on, we want that town ordinance to go through. We need more police officers. We need the downtown transportation center, little cop shop precinct. Okay, and we got to stay on board with the message. So show up, show out, and come. You can hang out with me. We get all dressed up, all fly, and everybody gives me these nasty ass looks like, oh, there he is. There's Hank, that fucking asshole. So here it is, my favorite piece of equipment, my Brattleboro News Scanner. This is the piece of equipment that allows me to hear the police calls, to figure out where I gotta go to film the tasty, the best, that tea that everybody wants a sip of. Okay, everybody wants to know what's going on in the town of Brattleboro. What am I going to sip on this week? Nothing but this Celsius. There it is. Ah. Bing, bang, bing, bang. Let's read some comments there because I see you guys and I'm not ignoring you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Niven Norton over in YouTube. Let's see where we're at with the YouTube. Hank for mayor, he writes. Let's go back. We got to find our Brattleboro News. Brattleboro News. There it is. It's live. There we go. So I'm live on YouTube. And Neva writes, what's up? Jane Broski Parker writes, what's up, Hank? Kelsey Bristol, Captain Hank. Oh, boy. Brattle Bronx. Keith Williams writes, Hank Poitras, best live coverage Brattleboro has ever had. Hashtag Hank for mayor. Oh, boy. She goes, Thomas Hazard goes, I'd see the wicked talented violinist today. Yes, did I see him? Yes, I saw them. Susan Hubble writes, Hank, I have an actual goat in my lap watching the show tonight, so don't blow it. Oh, boy, big goatsy. There it is. Nikita writes, hey, Hank. He goes, they need a little cop shop. They need a little precinct down at the Quality Inn. Yo, that would be fire. That would be absolutely hilarious. She goes, hey, you got your own diss song, you know? You living in someone's head rent-free. Motherfuckers are out here trying to ride on my coattails, okay? He said, what's up, King? Renegade Property Maintenance, what's up, what's up? Zaidi Marriage writes, hi. Okay. So let's get right into it this week, shall we? We got ourselves a little news story coming out of South Brattleboro. One of the very nicest little Brattleboro news stories. So during this show, I play the news story. We all watch it together, and then I give us all a chance to ask questions.
News and PlanetHank.com. I'm here in South Brattleboro, just off Canal Street, where Brattleboro police pulled over a vehicle, and after an investigation, it was revealed that the driver had a criminally suspended license.
I didn't know that. No, whenever I touch anybody's anything.
That's not for me. That's dispatch relaying all of that stuff. So, no mind walk out of this one.
Brattleboro police officer Simeon got the female driver out of the vehicle and into handcuffs and placed her under arrest.
Anything else in the car? Just later. Anything else on you?
Ow.
Sorry. Any of it?
Sorry.
And,
The officer then called for a tow truck to get the vehicle off Canal Street. I was able to get a comment from Sergeant Hamilton of the Brattleboro Police Department.
On August 31st, at approximately 2100 hours, officers stopped a vehicle on Canal Street near Belmont for an equipment violation. The operator was found to have a criminally suspended license. She was placed under arrest, transported to the Brattleboro Police Department, and later released with a citation.
Just because you are arrested does not mean that you're guilty of a crime, and the investigation is ongoing. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
So there we go. There we go. Renegade Property Maintenance, big shout out. He writes, I thought that they had to have a female officer. I thought that they had to have call a female officer to pat down a female. Now, here's the thing. A female can request, if they want a female officer to pat them down, a male police officer can pat down a female if they're arresting her. Like, they are going to do a weapons check and everything like that. They're not going to get all, like, crazy with, like, a freaking cavity search and, like, crazy stuff with a male officer and a female. There she is, Crystal Crandall, Brattleboro Police Department's animal control specialist, keeping it real during National Female Officer Day. Female Officer Day. Let's go. Shout out to all the female officers. We got a female chief. We got a female animal control officer. We got Officer Lopez, our Spanish-speaking officer. She's out on patrol. And we have other officers and dispatchers and first responders who are females. And big shout out to you guys out there. Keeping it real, keeping us safe, keeping us real safe. Okay. Yo, shout out Jacoby. But so Crystal, what's the deal? Can a male officer, we're gonna put a question to one of our officers who's in the comment. Can a male officer pat down a female? Okay. She said, Officer Amy Fletcher. Yes. Shout out Detective Amy Fletcher. So answer the question, Crystal. Can a male officer pat down a female while the female's being arrested? And what's the policy on that? We'll give her a second to answer that. We've got ourselves a wonderful Brattleboro Police Department, so I am never worried about a male officer doing something like ridiculous or whatever. Like, I don't see it coming up. I don't see the officers like acting pervy. I've never seen it, honestly, in all of the interactions I have. What do I have? 100 arrest videos up at this point. So I don't know. And he says, oh, and we got female criminals. Facts. We have some females who are going wild out in Windham County. That should be its own series right there. Wild, the wild women of Windham County. Okay. He said, we got some good police. We have some real good police. Okay. We've been getting to work. We've been doing all kinds of stuff. Kelsey Bristol writes, females. See, she's one of them. She's one of them. All these females out here. Oh, Lord. We got ourselves a prostitution problem. Okay, what is up with all the prostitutes walking around down in the pit? They ain't got no shoes on. Y'all notice that they ain't got no shoes. They don't have no shoes on. Nothing. Where your shoes at, girls? You got to put some. He goes, the wild women of Windham. And not in a good way. Yeah, no, they're just wild. Kind of like the Wild Boys, but we're talking about the wild women. The wild women of Windham County are out there with no shoes on. They just scraping their feet all up on the brickyard over by the co-op, all over Preston Lot, all over the damn street, Flat Street, Elliott Street. You know what I mean? He said, I was just wondering because, you know, some of these females will try to say something. Facts. Every time we have a video where a female is getting patted down or searched, we've got all kinds of comments about how they're violating her rights. You're violating my rights. Okay. Yeah, no. That is not the case. You are definitely going to get searched. You're going to get patted down when you get arrested, just like any other human. Okay, you do have the right not to be like fondled or groped in some weird way. Okay, and that's not happening. And it's just a way to try to push back and complain and bitch and moan while you're getting arrested. She said, I was going to mention Flat Street, the pit. Flat Street is the pit of Brattleboro. He goes, our Brattleboro wouldn't want to be touching. Yeah, exactly. Our Brattleboro police wouldn't want to be touching these women. I know, it's awfully presumptuous to assume that somebody wants to touch you anyway. Like, are you kidding me? Nobody wants to touch you. You don't even want to touch you. You ain't been showered. You need to be pressure washed, okay? That's what we need. We need a damn pressure washer system or like a walk-through car wash down on the Preston lot, down on Flat Street, where you can just walk through. And it's like a car wash, but it's like a shower. It's like a walkthrough, and you shoot that wax all over them. You get all that shit, and then you pressure wash them off, and then you put like one of those nice no drip finishes right across their forehead. And we could put that right on the bridge between the Preston lot and the co-op. So every time you walk through there, you get a nice little shower. Okay, you get a nice little detailing, a little pressure wash, maybe disinfectant. You can put some like Simple Green in there and some hand sanitizer. She said, oh, Father Hank and your brilliant solutions. We call it Drugs and Sons. The Drugs and Sons junkie wash and wax down on Flat Street in the pit. So I expect somebody to raise their hand and stand up at the select board meeting on Tuesday. We got to get over there. You heard the chief. You heard the chief.
Party reminding everyone to come to select board next Tuesday, September 17th, and support the Brattleboro Police Department. This is Chief Norma Hardy reminding everyone to come to select board next Tuesday, September 17th, and support the Brattleboro Police Department.
She says they washed themselves and their clothes on the corner of Main and Arch Street at that water spigot. Hey, shout out Nicole Weiland, the owner of Hippie Twigs, right there on the cusp of the pit. Okay, that is one hardcore location you got in there. I'll tell you, I feel bad for you over there. Drugs and Suds, you know, that's what I think. So, one of the things that I feel very, very passionate about, and I've started a new initiative. You guys are going to love this. Okay, this new initiative that I have started stems from how compassionate I am. I'm a very compassionate person. I care about a lot of people. And when I notice things like someone outside using hard drugs and they're tweaking out, okay? And they got no shoes on their feet. You ever think about this? They got no shoes on, and they can't stop walking around and stepping and grinding their feet all over the ground, and they just cutting their feet up, and they just can't stop. And 8 to 10 hours later, their feet are raw, and they're bloody, and they're infected, and it's just so gross. And so here it is. I started a new initiative for the town of Brattleboro. You guys got to tell me what you think of this.
The Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers program is in full effect. Donate your shoes to Planet Hank today, and Hank will personally deliver your fly kicks to a certified pit dweller to ensure their feet are well taken care of. We put the running shoes in drug running. Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts today. Planet Hank's Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts right now.
Woo, the for Tweakers initiative. Okay, so this is a real thing. I hand out sneakers. I hand out shoes. If you got some shoes, if you got some socks, you got some flip-flops, whatever that you need, okay, you got to drop them off with Hank. I need donations. I'm serious. It's not just a joke. I do get mad when I see my local residents walking around with no shoes on, grinding their feet in our couch or on our flat street, okay? You just grinding your feet up in our motherfucking flat street? You grinding your feet down at the co-op, okay? We ain't doing that. You ain't grinding your feet up in my couch, not on my watch. So we got it. The Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative is in full effect. Okay, so if you got shoes and socks laying around, get up with me and I will hand deliver them down into the pit. I will personally find somebody. Right now, I got a few pairs of shoes in my trunk. When I see someone with no shoes on, I pull up. I say, you need some socks? You need some shoes? You got to have some shoes on. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this with you guys. He said, where can we donate? What you got to do is you got to hit me up in a private message. You can even go into, I'll put a comment. You can go, I'll go DM me. You can DM me here. Okay. Or you could DM on the Planet Hank official page. Wherever it is. She goes, I got tiny feet. He goes, I need a shirt that says that. Sneakers for Tweakers. She says, you're too kind. Oh, yeah. She says, that's cool of you. That's funny as you. Goes, they'll sell or trade them. And that's fine. I understand. She goes, well, why's it got to be a tweaker? They'll sell or trade them, but do it got to be a tweaker? They ain't all bad, but it is funny as fuck. So, no, it does not have to be. It does not have to be a drug user or anything. I know I'm making a joke of it, and it's very funny, but I'm dead ass with this that I do not like seeing people with no shoes on. So if I see somebody with no shoes on or bad feet, I will step in and try to get something done as far as getting them a pair. So if you guys have something to donate, I know everybody's got an old pair of shoes that you like stare at and you never wear. Dude, get rid of them. Drop them off with me. I'll put them in my damn trunk. And when I see someone, they getting hit with some shoes, okay? They're getting some shoes, okay?
The Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers program is in full effect. Donate your shoes to Planet Hank today, and Hank will personally deliver your fly kicks to a certified pit dweller to ensure their feet are well taken care of. We put the running shoes in drug running. Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts today.
We put the
Planet
running
Hank
shoes.
Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts right now.
Drug running, okay, you know what I mean? You can't, how are you going to outrun the police? How are you going to run down and jump the fence and get out of there? How are you going to run away from the goddamn Brattleboro Police Department if you ain't got no goddamn proper shoes on? That's ridiculous. She goes, I live at GRT, and I can't tell you how much clothes and shoes, etc., one given frequent flyers around here, and I've never seen them wear them more than once. Exactly. Certified pit dwellers. Great point. He goes, give them some shoes. Better than handing them out cash and drugs. See, that's where I started this. That's where the idea came from, is that I literally was like, what am I going to do? What can I do for them? Like, I don't want to hand out. I was thinking like, oh, I'll give out some sneakers or some cigarettes, or I'll give out some food. And then there's sort of like weird concept to that. And I didn't like it. And then I started going to Experience Goods. And noticing that a couple of the people that I talk to a lot, they need sneakers. They ask for socks. And so then I went over there and Experienced Goods down on Flat Street. They know what I'm doing. So they gave me a great deal and help, sometimes a little discount in there, even though it's very cheap anyway. Might as well just keep it cheap and go ahead with it. And hit them with some socks, hit them with some shoes. And they're all very appreciative. I know we bag on people a lot. The nature of the podcast is that we get to tease around. We get to act a little more trolly. I reserve this hour-long podcast once a week for my time to make some jokes, to have some fun, to let some feelings go, to fucking get out there with a little different look and try to make it fun for people to watch outside of my professional news video coverage. Okay? During the professional news video coverage, during one of my videos, I'm not about to get opinionated. I'm not about to say anything political. I'm not about to do anything. I do not engage with the suspects. I do not engage during a police situation. I'm just there to film it. And then when I report, I literally try to say as least amount as possible. Okay? That's why I don't sit up and say something opinionated at the select board. I am a non-biased, non-political reporter. I'm reporting on something that happened. And I want these videos that I make to be able to be used by people on both sides of the aisle, on both sides of the topics or the narratives. And my goal, I guess, if I had to have a goal with all of this, was to get people from both sides of the aisle to maybe tip themselves in. People on the left may see that some of the just blind compassion, the free handouts, all of the coddling, maybe if we could get them to turn that in 20% onto maybe a little more tough love would get some results. And the people that are over here on the far right, that are over here usually saying, let's kill them all. Let's burn down Flat Street. Let's make it one big parking lot. Let's get rid of them all. Let's ship them out. If we could get some of those real tough alpha voices to tip in 20% and be like, you know what? We could help. We could use our strength and our trades and abilities and our trucks maybe come down and help out. Man, give them some tough love and help out. If we could get everybody to just lean in a little bit, bro, we could fix this town. We could fix this town. She said, you are making Brattleboro not good for people. She said, so many. She goes, Brattleboro gives it so badly socks, and they're brand new usually. She said, great point. She said, how so? How so? I don't know how that one is. But we have, let me go ahead. I'm going to play a video. This one has been wildly popular. This got over 30,000 views on Facebook. This thing got hella views all over all my social media platforms, and everybody really loved it. Let me add it to the stage.
Summer 2024. Police received a report that there were people jumping from the top of the Hinsdale Bridge into the river. Officer Culp of the Brattleboro Police Department showed up to investigate and spoke with a group of men. It was revealed that the men were local thrill seekers and were walking across the top of the bridge.
Fuck with you. I appreciate that. Like, I've always said to people, if you're cool with me, I'll be cool with you, right? Yeah. So Joshua, what's your last name?
Hinsdale Police issued a no trespass for the area of the bridge.
So Brattleboro police officers responded to the Hinsdale Bridge. They were asked to identify 2 subjects for the Hinsdale police. Officers made contact with the subjects, identified them, and the rest of the investigation was left to the Hinsdale Police Department.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
Planet Hank live recap show, the greatest podcast in the history of the state of Vermont in the Northeast. But what we're going to do now is I actually have my co-host is popped over, so I need everybody to put 3 dog emojis in the comments. You put 3 comments up, and we got my boy Marco. Okay, he's my co-host. He's the true star of the Brattleboro News. He is my mascot, and I got that boy over here. His leg has been bothering him so much this week. Yesterday, he was on 3 legs. He didn't even want to touch his toe to the ground at all. So here he is. There we all go. Susan Hubble. There they are. Crystal Crandall. There we go. Jared. We got all that. We got Alex put up all of them. Everybody put them up. And here it is. We got him a big fat milk bone. So here it is. Yes, Mr. Marco. They all love you, buddy. What a good boy. What a good boy. There it is. I love that boy. So, yes, we're all feeling super sad for him. We hope that his leg. But here, I've got some really good news as well. It's not all bad news. Let me go ahead. I'm about to have some fun here. Let me go ahead and maybe throw up... Let me set the mood a little bit down here. Let's see what we got. Let's have some fun, Sarah Achilles. What's up? What's up? So I got something super funny to share with you guys. I was absolutely dead when I got this next one. I got this sticker right here, okay? It says, Brattleboro, Vermont, much worse than you ever imagined. Yo, look at that bad boy right there. Brattleboro, Vermont, much worse than you ever imagined. We're out here smoking crack, shooting up fentanyl, shooting up xylazine. What in the Brattleboro is xylazine?
Brattleboro News is the best news, and it's not even close.
That's right. The best news in the state of Vermont. We're all out here. Hashtag Team Hank. What in the Brattleboro? Put them up there. Hashtag Team Hank. Big shout out to all the nonprofits in the area. Big shout out to everybody who's pissed off at me. Everybody who I tease. Everybody who I've been trolling. Regardless of where you're at, what your beliefs are, what you're thinking about, what you think of my news. I'm just doing this for some fun. I got hella respect for everybody. I love doing this show. I love engaging with the people of Brattleboro. Every time I go out, people are pulling up, beeping their horns, saying, what up, Hank? Shout out Brattleboro News, Planet Hank out their windows. I love engaging with everybody. I've got hella respect for all of you people, even the people down in the pit, okay? That's why we handing out shoes. We got the Brattleboro News, Planet Hank, Sneakers for Tweakers initiative. We got drugs and suds going off on the Co-op Bridge, okay, on the Whetstone Bridge. We're about to clean up the town and clean them up for real, okay, with some pressurized soap and water. So we just played the Bridgewalker video. So the Bridgewalker video had people super happy. Everybody loved that content. That guy was piss drunk. Okay. And he walked over the very top of the Hinsdale Bridge, from the bridge from where Whetstone is all the way over the top. Like, bro, what are you thinking? He was piss drunk and wearing flip-flops and a bathing suit. Like, bro, what could go wrong, right? Like one little slip and your ass is about to fall down, hit the bar, whack your head off something, and then freaking go into a fury of death into the water. And you're going to need the goddamn fire department to come down there with a rescue boat and divers and drag you off the bottom of the Connecticut before half the freaking pikes and bass eat your dead body. Like, are you kidding me? You know? And then so the Hinsdale police were sitting on the other side of the bridge, and they happened to be on the Vermont side. And Officer Culp, the Brattleboro Police Department, walked up to them, and they were cool. They were like nice kids. They're out of their minds. They're drunk as hell, drinking and shit, and just like, yeah, bro, what's up, man? Like, we're not doing nothing, you know. The kid literally telling me to go home and listen to Jerry Garcia. He was like, dude, listen to the 1973 live jam of Jerry, bro. Make sure you promise me you're going to listen to that, man. That's like what he was telling me. And the Hinsdale police were sitting on the other side of the bridge, and they were mad as hell. They wanted to arrest them. Bad. Okay? The police across the way in New Hampshire, they're not playing around. They ain't playing with no bridge walking, Jerry Garcia, fucking hippie bullshit. Absolutely not. They had tasers on kill. Okay, they were about to shoot him off the top of the bridge with freaking beanbags. You know what I mean? They're about to fucking climb up there with tasers and shit. Like, they were mad. Their old sergeant, older gentleman, man, he was pissed off. And so he goes, their moms have got to be so proud. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's my son. That's my son, Billy. He walked across the Hinsdale Bridge, man, in flip-flops because of Jerry Garcia, bro. You know what I mean? And so Officer Culp got their information, gave it to Hinsdale. Hinsdale, no trespass them from the bridge. No trespass them. Not allowed to go on the bridge. If we catch you on the bridge again, you're going to jail. Daniel Barcombe. Big shout out to Daniel. Yes, sir. Chevy Bridges in the house. Yo, Chevy, where you been, man? Chevy, my man. Shelby Hastings. Hey, flip-flop. She goes, that was pretty fly. She said, sneakers for tweakers. Yes, he needed some sneakers for tweakers. Let's do it. Pressure washing them, high skin piercing. He goes, there. SP. He goes, cops, get down. Cops, get down. It's not safe. You could kill yourself. Also, cops, I'm going to take you to your death if you don't get down. It's unsafe. Yes, he goes, I've been getting my life together, man. Shout out Chevy Bridges. Get that life together, bro. Get your life together, bro.
Planet Hank is going for the world record pole vault. Let us see if he can get it up. Oh my, looks like he got caught up on something huge. How embarrassing.
What in the Brattleboro was that? He goes, it is now. Complete 180. Well, there we go. I'm proud of you, brother. Yeah, that shit has me dead. Let me play that again.
Planet Hank is going for the world record pole vault. Let us see if he can get it up.
Shout out to the Olympic Games. Hank's going to the Olympics.
Oh my, looks like he got caught up on something huge. How embarrassing.
The Brattleboro News is something huge. Oh my God. Ridiculous. Absolutely just totally out of control ridiculous. Oh my God. I love this next video. So if you have not seen this video, you're about to have your mind blown. I feel like this video right here totally narrates the entire problem that we're up against here in the town of Brattleboro, okay? But before I play this next video, I want to do one thing. I want to say a big shout out to Brattleboro Ford up there on Putney Road. Big shout out to these guys, my premier sponsor, flagship status. Okay, and now from now to the end of the year, you can go in, get a free inspection sticker on your vehicle. They will check you out. If you got any problems, they got full service. Check them out, Brattleboro Ford. We got Renegade Property Maintenance. Hit this guy up for your fall cleanups. He's offering a certain percentage off. I don't know what it is, but he has a good deal going on to get your properties all cleaned up for fall, cleaning your leaves up, getting you all set up for winter. Hit him up. Okay, we got King's Electric. These guys are fly. They're all over town. They got these pimped out white trucks and these nice letters all over them. It's the best electrical contractor in the entire state. They are in everybody's buildings hooking it up. We got Stripe It, Seal It. These people are wonderful people. Shout out Trina. Shout out Chris. They help me so much. Patch repairing, crack filling. If you got a parking lot, you need it all souped up, hit them up. Okay, we got Zico's Haircuts, the best hair cuttery in town, over by the Hannaford's supermarket right next door. You get regular haircuts in here. She's a full-service hair cuttery, 802-254-1004. Hit her up. Get your hair cut today. Big shout-out to Todd Pacheco. West River Painting and Carpentry. I saw him today. He's a really great guy. He can paint your house, do some carpentry, soup it all up for you. Get it done. Hit him up. Get something done. Peter Havens, big shout out to Zachy Boy. He's got all kinds of specials going on. They got the best restaurant in town. Peter Havens, right there at 32 Elliott Street. This guy's getting it done. Bring your family in. Have some dinnies. We got Vermont Roadworks, the best asphalt and paving company in the region, hands down. Voted best business. These guys are awesome. Big shout out to Fred Cheney, helping me out, going above and beyond to help sponsor the Brattleboro News, get us up and running. I really appreciate the sponsorship. We got Home Security Service. Okay, Tim is the man. He's a fireman. His little punchline is this: they're in the business of peace of mind since 1969. Okay, these guys do all kinds of home alarm systems, cameras, security systems, anything that you need for home security. Hit them up, hssalarm.com. We got Greg Urban at Urban Press. This guy's awesome. If you need a website done, if you need any type of software developed for your company, for your existing website, this is the guy to go to. Okay, he designs all kinds of software. He can make your business run better and more efficient and make sure that you don't have any errors. The guy is freaking genius. Okay, he was on the show and he's dope. Okay, and then we got Kresge's Alignment, the best mechanic in town. This guy, your car's all clunked out. You got a problem. You need some routine service. You need anything done for your vehicle, you got to hit up Kresge's. It's right on Canal Street. He's hilarious. Shout out to my boy Mike. And that's that. And we got two other sponsors. Let me throw them up right here. Shout out to my boy Jeff Bush, Cherokee Diversified. He's my longtime sponsor. He's down in Tennessee. And DR Roofing Solutions. This guy right here, he's dope. These guys have been helping me for years. And they're a big part of the Planet Hank Live show. And now the Brattleboro News. Big shout out to you guys. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and play the next news video. I've got a very, very wild and crazy video coming out of South Brattleboro. So everybody knows the rules. I play the video, and then I allow you guys to ask questions and get involved in the comments.
Breaking news.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com. I'm here in downtown Brattleboro, Vermont, just off Arch Street, where Brattleboro police were patrolling the area and found a woman who was actively using dangerous drugs. Brattleboro police officer Cody Johnson got out of his vehicle and observed a woman in possession of narcotics. He gave her the option to either consent to a search of her person and her purse, or he was going to seize her while he filed for a search warrant.
You can stand right there. That's fine.
Dude, don't be fucking video recording, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, seriously, get him the fuck out of here. Why does he video record everything? Seriously. He acts like everything is a fucking big thing. No, it's not. He doesn't see a fucking tree. He just exploits everything.
Alright, so what is that?
That's just freaking weed resin.
That's weed resin that you put in a line to snort?
What do you mean? I just freaking cleaned out my bowl and put it on that.
You have it in a line, and then you have a snorting straw right next to it.
A snorting straw? Where?
The metal straw that's right
That's
next
not
to
a
it.
metal straw.
Metal
That's
pipe?
the thing I use to scrape it.
A tube that you
It's
can
not
use.
a tube. Look at it.
Okay. And I see all the
It's what I
needles in the
use
back.
to scrape it.
Alright, so what I'm getting to is there's two options here, right? Option A,
It's
I
a
can
scraper.
seize your person, right, based off the PC that I've seen. I can seize your person, bring you to the PD, apply for a search warrant to search your person and your purses, your bags there, alright? That's option
Why?
A. Option B is you can give consent to search your person and the bags there, and if it's a user amount, I can give you a site.
What do you mean, user amount?
Smaller amount.
For me?
There's literally tear-offs
It's
right next to it.
weed
So
resin.
those are your two options, alright? Option A,
What?
request that I apply for a warrant which may or not be approved. Option B, you can give consent to search your person in the bag. So those are the two options, those are the only two options.
For what? You guys don't have no right to search for this.
Based off my observations, I believe I have probable cause.
You did?
Oh no.
Yeah, I can put my coat up in front of it.
Yeah, you can do, no, can't touch me.
I ain't touching him.
Hank, would you mind stepping on it? Thank you, sir. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Fucking embarrassing, like.
Just hang out.
Yeah, put the sleeping out back with me.
Yeah,
I told the cop if he gave her one, he had to give me one.
She gave consent for the search, and the officer found small amounts of fentanyl, crack cocaine, and drug paraphernalia on her. She was issued a citation and released with a court date.
I understand.
I hate people
but that's fine because you're respectful. You always bring that to your job. I've always appreciated it.
Bill does too. They're gonna put
Brian, can you put that jacket in front of that asshole?
I'm taking him to court. Because he don't have the right to do it. If the person does not want to, you can
So
I'm gonna throw him right in that railroad. Hey, dummy, get down my eye.
CT, you want to get arrested for disorderly conduct?
Well, he's not listening.
Well, you're
Have
yelling.
some fucking respect.
You don't have to move away from there.
Well,
I
I
know
have
you're being
respect
nice.
unlike him.
I know you're being
Me?
nice.
No, fucking Hank.
That dickhead up there.
Oh, small. Yep. All its contents. CT, I'm gonna ask you again, or what first time here, right? Don't be spitting in his direction.
I ain't spitting on him.
You're spitting in his direction.
I can shoot
You're
him.
really starting to get to the edge of the DC thing. You want to get arrested for disorderly conduct?
For what? Spitting?
Spin in his direction.
What didn't you have
Then
to
spin in
say?
that direction. Perfect. Just like that. Good job.
Yeah, you really need to do something with your life, dude.
During this process, the man who was with this woman became very aggressive and disorderly, and he was arrested for disorderly conduct, and force was needed to place him under arrest.
You're done. Put your hands behind your back.
on him.
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for disorderly conduct. You're spitting at him.
I'm gonna spit!
Hey, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
Roll on your stomach. You're under arrest.
Dude, what the fuck is this problem?
You cocksuckers. I didn't do nothing wrong.
You've been yelling at him the whole time, and you're spitting in our direction, spitting at him. You just did.
I did not spit at him.
Dispatch report. You can log time for CT.
I hope I
Stay down.
got to fucking piss when I get in your car.
Stop at CT.
I'm doing spitting.
CT, I'm gonna roll you out to the side, all right? You're gonna tuck your knees up to your chest, okay?
Whatever the fuck you want.
All right, ready? Side. What? Get him on the side. Yep. Ready?
Be careful.
Tuck him up to your knees. Just like that. All right, ready? You're gonna go up to your knees. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Right up to your position there.
Yeah, but you point me around, you got no right.
CT, you got anything on your shirt that's gonna hurt me?
No, he doesn't have nothing.
I want to search one before you go in my pocket.
You're under arrest. Search incident to arrest.
For what?
Search incident to arrest.
Search incidents to arrest.
For what?
For disorderly conduct.
What is it? I spit in.
Yeah.
You got no right
He wasn't
to
even
spit.
spitting on him.
At his direction repeatedly.
I was not
At his direction
spitting.
when he's fucking all the way over there, right?
Good. Good.
The best cop is a dead son of a bitch. Just because spitting?
Because you're yelling, you're threatening, you're approaching him.
He's just
I did not
pointing at
threaten no
facts.
one.
He does not have the right to video record me if I do not want to be video recorded. And that is a fact. Yeah, a fact.
Look away.
Well, look at me, you hear me?
I know where the fucking circle.
Cop
Baby, do you
sucker.
want me to take the cigarettes? You want me to meet you? Baby,
What?
you want me to meet you?
What?
Are you guys deciding on releasing him?
Bring him back to the PD and process him. So we can give you all the stuff that we process.
What? You arrested me for fucking shit.
Well, that's
I
up
hope when I
to
get in that
that's
car,
up
I
to
got
CT.
to piss.
Why did you say in it?
Because I got to piss.
You said the only good cop is the dead one?
Yep. I always said that.
Very nice.
They make cops around. I arrest the guy for
I'll
the
go on the outside.
A big fat guy.
fucking cocksucker.
I was able to get a comment from Sergeant Hamilton of the Brattleboro Police Department.
On September 4th, at approximately 23:10 hours, officers were on patrol downtown when they encountered a woman preparing to use illicit narcotics. They received consent to search her person and her belongings and discovered small amounts of fentanyl and crack cocaine. The woman was released on scene with a citation. During this process, a man that she was with became disorderly and was placed under arrest for disorderly conduct. The man became resistant with police officers, and force had to be used to take the man into custody. The man was later released with a citation.
Just because you are arrested does not mean that you're guilty of a crime, and the investigation is ongoing. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
Okay. Let's go ahead and decompress from that one. That was an epically long video, but holy shit, man. Tell me there was not some shit going on right there. Like, what in the Brattleboro are we watching? How are you guys mad at Hank over this goddamn video? How is that my fault? What are you yelling at me for, sir? for people that say, I know my rights. I know my rights. You all motherfuckers sure don't know shit about your rights or other people's rights or what the hell you can and can't do in public or what other people can do. Motherfucker, your number one First Amendment right, the most powerful shit you got in any state, is your First Amendment right, which covers the freedom of the press, the freedom of speech, my freedom to film your dumb ass fucking snorting goddamn cocaine and injecting fentanyl on Arch Street on private property. Are you fucking kidding me right now, motherfucker? And y'all yelling and screaming. Literally in the state of Vermont, you have the right to be cited and released for a user amount of narcotics. So if they had just zipped it, that could have been over in 5 minutes, and they would have been on their way with nothing, with literally no problem, with a little piece of paper that said, oh, you got court for a user amount of drugs.
Brattleboro News is the best news, and it's not even close.
Man, and then he was spitting all over. Fucking ask your questions. So we just watched the video. I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask your questions. You got any questions? You want me to answer anything about the situation, about any of the rules or laws or shit that we see or whatever the police got to go through? Put them up. I'm going to get into the comments. I already finished my Celsius. I'm into that water. And look what I got for water. I got Dasani, the very best water, the most delicious and refreshing brand of water known to man. And it's not even close. Y'all have no taste. Y'all have terrible taste in water. Okay, if you don't agree, we don't get along. Dasani for the win. Let's go. He goes, said he wanted what they paid for. All right, Dan Hansen writes, why do they need a warrant if they could see the drugs? Okay, so the drugs that were displayed in the open were already up for grabs. And the officer was using those drugs as probable cause, along with her purse being open and multiple needles being visible inside of her bag. So that was the probable cause that he would have needed to seize her person and seize her purse. He wanted to go inside of her purse. So he would have had to file, in order to get the search, he would have needed to file to get a warrant to search in that purse. They could have said yes, they could have said no, but he could have seized her and made her stay in detainment and taken the purse with him to the police station while they contacted a judge to search into the bag. So basically, he was able to use that type of rhetoric, giving her choice A and choice B, or 1 and 2, or whatever he chose. You know, you either consent to it. If it's just a user amount, you'll get a citation, and I can release you, which he desperately wanted to do. And so when she did that, she signed the consent card and gave him consent to search her jacket, where she had all the drugs were in her pocket. She was wearing like a hoodie or whatever, and they were in her pocket. And then there was a little clutch in her bag that had fentanyl. She goes, Scotty says, Dasani, that good old purified city water. He said, why wouldn't they keep one officer near the drugs so she couldn't get them back? Okay, so in that part where it looked like she went back to her purse, by then, Officer Johnson had already put the drugs into evidence bags, sealed them, and placed them into the vehicle. So what she was doing over there was putting her belongings back into her purse. And you could see some needles and a crack pipe and whatever else she had, empty fentanyl bags and stuff like that. In the state of Vermont, drug paraphernalia is not illegal. So all of those needles, crack pipe, empty bags, anything to do with drugs. She had some chore boy and shit. Chore boy is like a copper sponge. It's like a wire mesh sponge that you can that was intended for you to scrape grease off of a pot and pan, for initially knocking stuff down when you're washing your stuff before the final wash. And what they do is they take the chore boy and they ball it up and stuff it into a crack stem, but they burn it. So you take the chore boy and you light it and you burn it till the brightness gets off of it. It burns whatever, the copper, zinc, or whatever the fuck is on there. They burn it down so it's this charred, bendable, priable material, and they put it in the crack stem so that it acts like a filter or like a stopper for the crack to sit on top of. And then they smoke their crack and push that through back and forth through the stem. So she had some of that. She had, a bunch of stuff. So what she was doing, she wasn't stealing her drugs back, but you could tell the officer was kind of he goes, "Damn, Hank, it sounds like you've done that a time or two." No, never seen that before. I never did none of that ever, man. No way. All right, Said Chore Boy 101. Tyre Whitestall, big shout out, 20 stars. Everybody go ahead and send your boy Hank some stars. Throw some stars on my name. Okay, put some respect on that name. Throw some stars in the tip jar. Y'all gonna go to church and you ain't gonna throw nothing in a collection plate. This is the Church of Hank, the very best podcast, the very best news source in the state. It's so funny. Over the last week, we've had people complaining to the city manager about Hank. Complaining, whining about Hank. Oh, trying to question my legitimacy. Oh, you're not a real news. You're not a journalist. Oh, you're not there. No, what I'm not is appealing to your political bias, and you don't like it. Okay, your narrative is getting popped like a balloon and you can't take it. So you don't like me. Okay, so now you're trying to go ahead and poke holes in my game. Let me tell you something. I have more views. I have a huge following, much bigger than all the other platforms, all the other news sources put together. Okay, I stand alone. My work speaks for itself. Okay, you can go ahead and call the town manager and whine and moan. Nothing the town manager can do can stop my First Amendment right, my bachelor's degree in film and journalism, and my massive following of Planet Hanksters who love the Planet Hank Live Show, the Brattleboro News, my reality show up on Nesson, my reel collection, my Instagram videos, everything that I do, everybody loves it. And you ain't gonna stop this, okay? You ain't never gonna stop your hanky. It ain't gonna happen. So you guys might as well stop whining and answer some of those messages that I sent some of these super liberal, super triggered people. Like, speaking to you, Libby Bennett, answer your DMs. I slid up in Libby Bennett from Groundworks DMs, and I put a very sweet little message in there about, hey, I want to make a video about your nonprofit. All right, girl? Come on, answer it. It's time. Let's make a real video. Give me a chance. Why don't you open it up and we can go ahead and get some real work done in this town. If you're really for helping people and not worried about yourself, it would behoove you to team up with me, and I will make a video discussing what services you provide, how people can get help from your nonprofit, and all of the other nonprofits, because I'm here to tell you, Sevka, I really like them. Okay, I think that they have really great benefits that they offer to the people of this area. Okay, it's fun for me to get on here and bitch and moan about nonprofits, but let me tell you something. That's just a fun way for us to like show some of our stress, some of our angst around town, to bitch and moan about some of the problems that we have. That doesn't mean that every single thing about these places is terrible and that they're bad people and that we hate you or anything like that. I mean, we obviously know that Groundworks helps a lot of people. Sevka helps tons of people. You got HCRS. I don't know a lot about it. I don't even know what they do. Okay, you got Turning Point, and I've harped on this every time. These are some of my favorite people in town. I really like the service that they provide of having like a resting spot for people who are out in the street. Like if you're facing some like crazy street BS, you're feeling shitty, you're overdosing, you just didn't sleep right, you're not eating right, you need to use the bathroom, you can pop over to Turning Point and just kind of like chill out, get something to eat, charge your phone up, use the bathroom. I like how they operate. You go in there and it's a chill vibe. I like that. Okay? It's fun as hell to tease all these nonprofits, blame all our problems on them, and that will continue. Are you kidding me? We're definitely still doing that. That's our bread and butter. But I think that it's far time that I would get these people to reach out and collaborate, because I'll tell you like this, I'm not going away. I am definitely not going away. Kelsey Bristol says the sound effects are incredible. Terry Lynn says, you go, Hank. Keep up the good work. He goes, yeah, people can shove a phone in your face and claim to be influencers. Says, oh, my God, yes. This is what I was texting you about. I've got so much info. I want to expose Groundworks and Wyndham Windsor housing, such as these squatter rights. When you leave the GRT last, you wouldn't believe what the victim was rewarded with. Oh, boy, I know exactly what it is. Go in, get your new kicks, and sit on the couch. Exactly right. You know what I mean? So here it is. Here's the truth right here. Shout out to Emily Kornheiser.
Good. You know what? You're a lousy kindergarten teacher. I've seen those finger paintings you bring home and they suck.
I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean that. I think they're excellent finger paintings. Please, don't go.
I am not spending the rest of my life with a loser. I'm gone.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean that either. I just yell sometimes because I get...
Because I get scared. I said, yep. We went so hard last week on these people. We got them in full retreat. I got to try to lure them back in. Come back, Emily. Come back, Libby. Come back, the poo-poo and pee-pee girl. Don't get scared. We're secretly helping. It's just a podcast. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's okay. She goes, I have been working with Groundwork. I was told if I do drugs, I will get an appointment, and I have been doing all the work myself. Shout out Heather Harvey. There you go. You're getting it done. I'm glad that you're working with, she said, poo poo pee pee. Yes, I'm glad that you're getting some help. I'm glad that someone's there for you. Okay. I never want to hear about people not getting what they need. What's going on here? Let's play a video. This video right here triggered some people.
Groundworks Collaborative. Brattleboro first responders received a report that a female was overdosing and was down on the ground. Officer Lopez of the Brattleboro Police Department was the first on scene and administered several doses of Narcan to the female, but she was able to wake the female up. Brattleboro EMS loaded her into an ambulance and took her to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital to be treated.
Officers responded to the groundwork shelter for a report of an overdose. Upon arrival, officers administered doses of Narcan. EMS responded. The subject became more alert and was ultimately transported to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
So that video kind of got some people up in arms because they get very defensive of their groundworks. Okay, if you show anything outside the narrative of that they are the saviors of the town, they want to attack you, they want to slice your guts out, they want Hank dead. I've heard that somebody was telling the chief of police that I'm a white supremacist, that I'm the worst thing ever, that I hate all LGBT people, that I'm the meanie, I'm a big meanie, I'm the worst guy in town, okay? And I think it's hilarious. As soon as you don't follow their, you know what I mean? It's an old saying. You know what I mean? As soon as they don't get their way, they get dangerous, okay? And the reality is none of that's true. And if you don't like Hank, it's because you don't know Hank, okay? I treat everybody well. I'm nice to people. I loop around after my videos and help people. Matter of fact, I gave Phyllis from the video of the crack and the weed resin and the fentanyl, I gave her some clothes, some leggings, and some stuff that I got. And my man CT Trouble, the old man who spit and got thrown on the ground, he said, hey, thanks for making the video. I did my research. You are allowed to film me. I didn't mean to be so angry and so rude towards you. He goes, a lot of my friends and people got to see the video. Okay, I'm glad that you covered it. It kind of keeps the cops from getting too out of control, I feel like. And sorry for acting disrespectful. That's what he said to me the next day. Okay? Like I said, if you don't like Hank, it's because you don't know Hank. Period. She said, you are real and raw. She said, weed resin. He goes, no, honey, I have had a groundwork for 4 years, and I was told if you do drugs, I will get my home faster. Yeah, that's crazy. I'd love to talk to you about that. He goes, a water break? Where? You're not supposed to hear that. You're not supposed to hear that. Okay, he goes, she said, you are real and raw. Facts. She goes, I used to think you were an asshole. Then I realized if my community didn't act this way, you wouldn't be here, and maybe it sparks change, even if it's in the right people's faces. That's right. Nobody wants to be on a frickin' video during their worst time. That's what everybody goes, oh, you're just profiteering off of this. Like, let me tell you something. If you're mad about people making money off of homeless people or drug users, you ought to head over to your little old groundworks, to the savior of the town, and pull their tax filings and see what the directors of these nonprofits make for wages. Okay, because it's in the ballpark of $110,000 a year. Like, imagine working for a homeless shelter and taking $110,000 out of there. Like, get out of my face with that BS, bro. And then turning around and coming at a YouTube guy and saying you're profiting off of this. No, sweetie, you are profiting. You are wealthy off of this. Okay, so you can go ahead and stuff that narrative up your asshole. Fold it into a little tiny fucking fold and, yep, insert it right there, okay? Because that's some bullshit. Straight up. That is some bullshit. He goes, yes, dude, we need that. Well, talk anytime. Yes. Okay, because that's the real deal. If you see yourself on here, like we had Mike Week. Remember we had Mike get arrested 4 times, and now I haven't heard from him. Where did he go? A lot of these people know. They go, oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to fuck around and end up on the goddamn news every goddamn time I want to get high and drunk downtown and act like an idiot. Absolutely not. And he goes, that's why they enable them, to keep the loop going. That's the narrative that a lot of people key in on right there, is that they have an incentive, like a place that's getting paid big bucks. They have a big budget, $3.6 million at some of these nonprofits. That they have an incentive to keep more and more people who have problems, who need their services, so that every year they can ask for more resources to hire more people and in turn get bigger and keep their nonprofits growing. That is a narrative. That's sort of what I key in on, and why I say the things that I do is because a lot of people get very upset about that fact and see it and say it all the time. And I am here using comedy to represent that angst, to be out here, giving that voice, the other side, some legs, to be heard. Like, people are mad about that part. There's been all kinds of articles in the VT Digger. I really like the Digger. They do a really good job of showing and getting real deep into some of the facts and doing research into the voucher program, homelessness, drug problems, nonprofits in the state. They are super thorough, and they give all kinds of information up and try to do it in a very journalistic and non-biased way. And if they do show biased, or some of the information comes from a biased source, they're usually pretty straight up about calling it out and saying, hey, look, this person shows a little bit of bias, so here's their opinion and stuff. And you can find a lot of information from them. There's been, ever since the Brattleboro News started, we've had so many more people interested in the safety of the town, so many more people talking about what's going on with the crime and opening their eyes to the problems rather than trying to cover it up with some narrative that nothing's happening and Brattleboro's perfect and we have no problems. We have major problems, and fentanyl just keeps getting worse, okay? And we need bigger and better solutions than just some bagels or some free pizza or whatever. And again, the reason why I'm bringing these things up isn't just because it's funny, because it's hilarious to tease people, especially punching up to the top of the hill where people are getting paid huge salaries to be directors of these massive nonprofits, okay? Not that giving out pizza is a bad thing. I know several people that really need that slice of pizza every day. And and I'm even grateful that they have it when I see them with it. Okay? But it is hilarious to tease them that 2 days after they had to drag a body out of the river, that they're handing pizza out and acting like they're the greatest thing ever. Okay? She goes, those bagels, though. I literally have seen a woman laying on the ground overdosing with a bagel in her mouth. So the bagel's not solving the drug epidemic. It's just not. Okay? It's not. She goes, imagine where some of these people would be if they could get clean. Facts. I know a ton of people that I see right on the border of turning it all around. They are this close, and I'm pulling for them, and I literally talk to them. Go ask any of the people that hate me the most, that talk all that shit. They can't take that away. I go down and talk to them. I go down and try to help them as much as I can and try to get them back on their feet. And give them some coaching tips and everything. And not like I have some great story of all this. But sometimes one of the select board members, Richard, he told me sometimes people, all they need is somebody to show up. If you just show up, if you just are there, regardless of how great you are or what you actually can do or deliver, if you show up for somebody, some of these people don't have anybody who will show up for them. And that can be where you start. And that can be the reminder. When they see me, they start to think like, oh, no, Hank, I'm doing good. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I don't want to get a fucking stupid-ass YouTube video. I don't want that. But what I do want is I want to get off this. I want to do that. And then it's just a reminder. And then they see me, and I try to talk to them every time I see them. Dude, why aren't you getting a job? Dude, you could work. You're fucking not that sick yet. You're not completely unhealthy. She said, amen. She says, laughing my ass off. Stop it. She said, I have a friend who is in a panic attack every time her phone rings because she thinks she would be told that her brother is dead. Facts. I hear it all the time. Oh, I get messages all through my DMs. I send out messages and do welfare checks to Planet Hank welfare checks all the time. So for all the people up at the groundworks and all the people who hate me because they think I'm like terrible white supremacist, listen, I have messages all day, every day of people reaching out to me, asking about their family members, and what do? I march my happy ass down into the pit. I find them. I ask if they're okay. I tell them to call home, check in. I'll take a picture of the person giving thumbs up and send the picture to their loved ones. I do it all the time. There's people calling me saying, every single time a big crime happens in town, they are all nervous that it's their loved one. And I always have to reassure people that it's not. He said, Chief Hardy is the shit.
Reminding everyone to come to Select Board next Tuesday, September 17th, and support the Brattleboro Police Department. This is Chief Norma Hardy reminding everyone to come to Select Board next Tuesday, September 17th, and support the Brattleboro Police Department.
Hey, Norma out there going Select Board crazy, okay? She said the Planet Hank Hour, the Commons, never fry, BYOB. She said, I think Brat would be way worse without her. Home Security Service up in the building. He says, Planet Hank. Big shout out to Tim. Tim, you the balls, man. Let's go run some sponsors. Let's run some sponsors here. The Brattleboro News, the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts. Big shout out to Brattleboro Ford up on Putney Road. They're giving out inspection stickers for the rest of the year. Go get your car inspected. Go in, get it checked out. Get all your service work done. Big shout out to Renegade Property Maintenance. I know he threw up what his discount was. Was it 25? I don't want to say what it was if it's not accurate. But if you got to get a fall cleanup done, hit him up. King's Electric, the best electrical contractor in the region. It's not even close. Stripe it, seal it. You got a parking lot, you got a business you need souped up, you want it to look good outside, line painting, stenciling, crack filling. Shout out to Trina. She's dope. Zico's Haircut's the best hair cuttery in town. Go in there, get your hair trimmed up, get yourself looking slick. Shout out to West River Painting and Carpentry. Todd's my man. Dude is dope. I just seen him today. Get your house painted, get your house fixed up, carpentry, whatever you need, hit him up. Big shout out to Peter Haven's Restaurant right there, 32 Elliott Street. Bring your whole family in. They have the best restaurant in town. They got handmade food. Zach is a great chef. Dude, his heart is in everything that he cooks. Vermont Roadworks, the best paving and asphalt company in the entire region. They just won the vote. Hit them up if you got a driveway work, water work, whatever you need done. And areas, hey, Home Security Service. Shout out, Tim. HSS Alarm. They're in the business of peace of mind from 1969. They're in the business of peace of mind since 1969, baby. Yes, sir. Home security systems, cameras, alarms, whatever you need. Urban Press, you got a website. You need anything developed for your business, software to make it more efficient, to make your business run smoother, your point of sale business to be better, any of that, hit them up, get a website, and then obviously Kresge's Alignment on Canal Street, the best mechanic in town. Get your car souped up, get it all fixed up, routine maintenance, whatever you got to do, go in there, get it done. My man Mike's killing it down there. Oh, yeah, and let me not forget my man up here. We got Cherokee Diversified and DR Roofing Solutions, my two OG sponsors. Big shout out to you. I know you guys are always watching. So we got 2 business ideas for the select board coming up this Tuesday night. You guys got to go with me so we can meet, we can kick it. You can donate some shoes, but we got fucking drugs and suds. We got a new car wash. I got to pitch the car wash to the select board going onto the bridge so that everybody that walks over the Whetstone Bridge gets hit with a little pressure washer, gets hit with a little wax, a little soap, drugs and suds. And then we got the Sneakers for Tweakers initiative, the Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative, the greatest idea in town.
Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers program is in full effect. Donate your shoes to Planet Hank today, and Hank will personally deliver your fly kicks to a certified pit dweller to ensure their feet are well taken care of. We put the running shoes in drug running. Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts today. Planet Hank's Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts right now.
It's starting right now, baby. Sneakers for Tweakers,
The
baby.
Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers program is in full effect. Donate your shoes to Planet Hank today, and Hank will personally deliver your fly kicks to a certified pit dweller to ensure their feet are well taken care of. We put the running shoes in drug running. Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts today. Planet Hank's Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts right now.
We put the running shoes in drug running, baby. You know what we out here doing. We're taking care of those motherfucking feet, baby. So I'm dead ass serious. I know it's funny. It's a dope idea, though. If you have any shoes, you have anything like that, get up with me, slide in them DMs, look in your closet, get your shoes out, because I want a whole trunk full of shoes. So anytime I see someone walking around, tweaking out, grinding their feet all over the ground, can't stop moving, that we can get their feet covered with some shoes, okay? It's very important. It's very, very important that we take care of them feet. We don't need extra feet problems out there. We don't need their dirty-ass feet being seen. People trying to walk around, trying to clean the town up. We don't need the whole town starting to stink like dirty feet, okay? The Planet Hank Live Show, the Brattleboro News Recap Show, Brattleboro, Vermont. It's worse than you ever imagined, okay? And I love doing this show with you guys every Thursday. I was a little late this time, but thanks for everybody watching. Send me stars. Make sure that you share all my news reels, all my new content, everything that I do. There's a bunch of stories coming out. I got some new reels coming out. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.